What's up, everybody? Have you ever noticed how there's some people that seem like they're superhuman? Like almost everything that they do, they're successful at. Everything that they touch, it seems like it turns to gold. Everything that happens in their life, it seems like they're literally growing at the speed of life, right? And then how come there's some people, and it seems like they do it effortlessly, right? And then there's some people that it feels like they consume everything that they can consume. They gather as much information as they possibly can. They do everything they can think about to get ahead in life, but it seems like they're just stacking and stacking and stacking information, but they're not exactly where you would think they should be by now. Well, in this video, I'm going to go over the number one success principle that nobody talks about. Less is more. Let's get into it. Let's start drawing today, man. How you guys doing today? This is a live stream, so I'd love to hear how. Oh, what's up, man? I see. I definitely. What's up, Win? Oh, I can bring that on the screen like that. See, we're trying some new things today. This is the beginning of something, right? And I always like to say that beginning is winning, right? Feels like I have to get everything out of the mud, he said. What's up, man? What's up, bro? Glad to see you on here. You know, it definitely seems that way, right? It seems like sometimes we have to go the hard way through things. And it seems like there's other people that almost look like they got a cheat code, right, to life. And busy and blessed, my man, let's get it. I love it. Anybody ask me what I'm doing, I always say I'm busy and blessed. And appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you being here. So what's important today is that I want to talk about exactly the number one thing that you can do, and it's a proven principle to be able to get further than you ever have gone before, but actually do it with less effort. Now that probably sounds a little crazy, right? It's like, how can I actually achieve more by doing less? Well, it's not so much doing less. See, a lot of people will say that, but I like to say that it's not what you don't know that holds you back. It's what you do know that you hold on to that's not a fact. Let me say that again, right? It's not what you don't know that holds you back. It's what you do know that you hold on to that's not a fact. Okay, let's go ahead and let's get into it here. I want to draw a little bit. I think that if I can show you an illustration, it's going to help you tremendously today. So the first thing I want to do is just let you guys know where you're at too. Is most people. Let me come back here. And I got this overlay in the back that's gonna make some noise. I'm still trying to figure out this live stream and stuff. But anyway, let's get to the point. I don't waste anybody's time. Basically, where was I? Lost my train of thought. Basically, what I want to get accomplished today is really showing you how I'm going to show you an illustration, right? To show you how less is more. But I think most importantly, it's a factor of just continuing to tell people why they're here, right? Why did you even show up today? Why are you on the perspective pause? Because most people go to YouTube to press play, but today we're going to press pause because I don't believe that anything, it's like if we don't take the time to slow down for a minute, if we don't take a minute to just really have some self-reflection, momentum means absolutely nothing if it's going in the wrong direction. And I don't think that anybody on this planet has a life that they don't want. We may think that because we're looking at something that we don't have. So we may think that we have a life that we don't want, but we don't need a new life. We just need a new lens. Can you guys agree to that? Like sometimes it feels like we want a new life, but in all reality, we need a new lens. Because it's not what we don't have that holds us back. It's what we do have that we hold on to that's not a fact. And that may not be a thing. That may be a perspective. So hopefully in today's video, I can help you shift your perspective. Sometimes you got to slow down to speed up. Come on now. I love it. Thank you for interacting on this video. Absolutely. Sometimes you got to slow down to speed up. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna create an illustration really fast here, and but before I do that, let me tell you guys, make sure you go ahead and you like, you subscribe, and you turn on your notifications. So then that way we can make sure that everybody knows when these videos come up every week. But we'll be live every Wednesday at 10 a.m. And I think what I'm doing right now in my mind, I'm used to doing live streaming and doing presentations and speaking in front of people, but being on this platform, I don't see anybody. So the more interaction that you can give me, the more comments, the more thoughts. If you're watching this live, I appreciate you. If you're watching this on the replay, I appreciate you as well. But the best way that I can add value to your life going forward, which I'm going to, be very intentional on showing up every single week, but I want to make sure that you're going to get some value from these videos and it's not a waste of anybody's time. So with that being said, if you can comment after this video has been published, any type of takeaways, any type of feedback, things that you'd like to talk about, but really solely on this channel, I'm going to help you create a new lens for the life that you already have, because you don't lack access to anything. You just lack awareness of the access that you already have. And let's get into it, y'all. All right. So first thing I want to say is this, right? So you got let's draw this out here. You got I don't know if you can see. Oh, you can't see my iPad. Technical difficulties here already. You can't see my iPad. Hold on a second here. Let's see. Oh, there we go. All right. So let's say we got a mountain, right? Let's say we got a mountain, right? This is a mountain. Yes, that's a mountain. It's a steep mountain, okay? So let's go ahead and draw two people here. Draw this person here, and then we're going to draw this person up here. Can you guys see the iPad clearly? Somebody let me know everything's clear. Let's go. All right, so you got two people, right? And they both got backpacks, right? That's a really cool backpack, Chesco. Well, you know what? Don't judge the drawing. So let's give him a little hat too. Why not? Give him the same hat here. The same person, right? Same person, just two different scenarios. And I want to let you know something, right? You have one person here, right? That basically looks like he's making some progress on this mountain. And then you have somebody else that's at the bottom of the mountain, and he's paying attention to the other person that's actually, he's making some progress, right? Now, here's the thing. I don't know how many of you can relate to this person right here. And sometimes you feel like you look around and it seems like somebody else is climbing the mountain, and it looks like they're doing it with ease. And we're questioning ourselves, what do I have to do differently? What information do I not know? What is it that I need to obtain? What do I need? A mentor? Do I need a business consultant? Do I need a therapist? Do I need to read another book? Do I need another course? Do I need to go to a group? Do I need to find a new networking group? What do I need to do to be able to move up this mountain? Because there's something that I need. There's something that I need, right? And so sometimes we ask ourselves, right? We'll ask that question, like, what do I need? You ever feel that way? Like, what do I need? Why are these people so much further than me, or this person is, right? Sometimes it's not so many people. It's just one person. We identify what they have, and then we're like, you know what? I want to have that level of success. I'd like to have that level of peace in my life. And what do I need to do? So that's a question, right? So what do I need? That's a question, right? So what do I need? I don't know how many of you guys can relate to that, but I know that I can. There's been many times in my life where I've paid attention to what somebody has accomplished instead of focusing on what they had to do to accomplish it. Everybody is looking at the actual top of the mountaintop, but not too many people are actually looking at the climb. People are jealous of when somebody is at the top of the mountaintop, but nobody's jealous of their climb. That's safe to say, right? So what is it that I need in order for me to move up this mountain, because this person must be a superhero or he must be superhuman to be able to make this level of growth or this level of progress or success. And it doesn't look like they have anything more than I do, but I know they have something more, right? Don't focus on anyone else's fruits, water your own roots. Come on now. I love it. I love it. Absolutely. 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 And that's part of the problem, right? Is we can't get to the shoots we can't get to the shoots to the fruits if we continue to not water our own roots, right? Anyway, let me get back to this, right? So anyway, what do I need, right? What do I need? Do I need more books? Let's say I need a book. Let's say I need a mentor. Let's say I need a course. But you know what's crazy is that while we're focused on what somebody else has, I always like to say this: God has a course for your life. And the more that you pay attention to somebody else's course, it's going to take you off course. And if you think about buying somebody else's course, that may take you off course. Like you're already like on the course that you need to be on in order to achieve success. The only problem is that sometimes we don't see the fruits when we want to see the fruits. Sometimes we don't want to keep watering the roots. I love what you said there. Don't focus on anyone else's fruits, water your roots. Because sometimes we don't want to water our roots. Sometimes we've been watering our roots for so long that we want to say, hey, when are the fruits coming? But see, I always like to say that we don't need to focus on the timing. We need to focus on the grinding. See, God focuses on the timing. We focus on the grinding, because a lot of times we're not even the person that's ready to actually steward the blessing. Because the person that is faithful with little will be faithful with much. I know that's a scripture. Any of y'all want to drop that scripture, that'd be great. But it's the truth. So getting back to this, right? So what do I need? Well, there's one thing that you need. There is the number one thing. When I say that this is the number one success principle, there is one thing that you need. But it isn't anything that you need to learn. It isn't anything that you need to obtain. It isn't anything that you need to buy. It isn't anyone that you need to hire. See, to get to the next level in life, there isn't anything that you need. The only thing that you need to grow is something that you need to let go. Come on. The only way that you're going to find what you need to grow is not focusing on what you need to go. It's what you need to let go. So we need to let go if we want to grow, period, right? So the person up here, the difference, right, in this person here, they have less in their bag. They have all sorts of different things, right? So we could say that they have things like, number one, other people's problems. That made me think of other people's property. I'm an 80s baby. Remember that old song? OPP, yeah, you know me. Anyway, so other people's problems, right? We don't need to carry other people's problems. And too many times are we having people come to us saying, hey, solve this problem for me. Can you do this for me? Can you do that for me? I need this. I need that. And we have a big heart, and we sometimes think that having a big heart means that we have to say yes to everything and everybody. But you find out who the real ones in your life when you actually say no. If you want to find out who your real friends are, tell them no. Because no doesn't mean I don't like you. It just means that I'm in the process of doing something that's important, and I can't do that right now. And or not even that I can't. I choose not to do that right now. And real friends, they are not there. It's crazy because over the years I've seen there's people that are riding with you, and then there's a difference between the ones that are actually riding for you. There's a difference between the people that are riding with you versus the people that are riding for you. And I always have noticed in my life that if I put somebody else's problems before mine, I would find myself lighting myself on fire to keep everybody else warm. I would find myself lighting myself on fire just to keep everybody else warm. And then when it was time for me to focus on what I had to do, I noticed that I was stuck. I noticed that I was so focused on other people's problems, and if I could make another person happy, then I would be happy. But I didn't actually look in the mirror and say that person is important. We all hear the things, right? When it talks about, well, when you've heard the success principle of you can't pour from an empty cup, right? And you have to fill up your cup first. This is kind of like that in a sense, but you got to say no if you want to grow. You have to say no if you want to grow. Because if other people's problems are being given to you, what are they doing? What are they doing? What are they doing while they're giving you their problems? They're going up the mountain, their own mountain, because they're learning how to delegate. And I always like to say, the greatest leaders in the world, yes, they demonstrate, but after they demonstrate, they delegate. And then they automate, and then they elevate, right? But what's important in this sense is that if somebody's delegating their things to you, that means they're doing something else that's more important to them. So they're giving you the thing that's not that important for them to do. It's more important for them to give to somebody else. But you know what's so crazy? It's like, man, it's almost like I've witnessed. I don't know if you witnessed. Let me tell you a quick story, right? Let me tell you a quick story, right? What's really wild is I don't know if you've ever witnessed this, but basically, oh yeah, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. I don't know what happened there, why that scene keeps popping up, but need to, man. Come on now. We really going to do? All right, we'll go back to this one here. Sorry. Hey, technical difficulties, but we're going to get back to the point, right? Think about this for a minute. I had a situation many years ago, but I'll never forget this. It's a great analogy. This is something that'll stick with you today. I appreciate everybody that's on here right now. If you're getting any value from this, make sure you like, subscribe, and share this out. But I'll say this, right? There was a time when somebody got mad at me because I did not leave work. And this is I was working in corporate. I was actually working for a company called VisionWorks. I was the general manager of a optical retailing store. And I had a friend of mine call me, and he said, hey, I ran out of gas. I know that you're in management, so can you leave your job and help me, bring me some gas? And it was so wild because that was the moment I had this revelation. And I had that revelation by thinking to myself, I was like, okay, so this person ran out of gas. And don't get me wrong, I ran out of gas before. When I was 16, I had a car that did not show how much gas you had. And even recently, I've had, for some reason, I don't know if it's trying to remind me of this principle, but it's like I have to keep track of my gas. I had a fuel sensor issue in my car, and I had to keep track of the miles, right? And so what's crazy is that when the person ran out of gas, he called me up. He said, hey, listen, can you help bring me some gas? And it was the first time that I ever said no. And I felt horrible. I don't know if y'all feel bad when you tell somebody no. You almost feel like, man, if I tell them no, they're going to get upset with me. And if they get upset with me, then I'm going to be upset. But in all reality, if you don't have boundaries, that means that you pretty much are allowing anybody to do anything to you. And the way people, treat you is how they meet you. And you're teaching them how to treat you through those boundaries. So anyway, getting back to the gas story here, I promise you this is going to be valuable, is that I said no. I said, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to leave work right now. And they said, that's crazy. You're in a position where you can leave work right now, and I'm on the side of the road, and I ran out of gas. And I thought to myself in that very moment, that person had the ability to make sure that they had gas in their tank. And now they're getting mad at me for them not being responsible. And if I go and I help them, how are they going to learn to be responsible? The only way that we're going to grow is to learn how to let go, because it's not more information that's going to fix your situation. It's not another book. It's not another course. It's not another mentor. It's letting go and saying no. So this video is titled the secret success principle that nobody talks about, because they want to sell you something. Everybody wants to sell you information. They want to tell you that you need more of something. They want to tell you, no, my man said November. Come on now. Come on now. It's a story we're telling ourselves. It's November, a time to practice saying no. Your lack of preparation does not constitute an emergency on my part. Come on now. Come on now. The power of no. Let's go. Let's go. Facts. Yes, absolutely. Man, that's so good. That's so good. The only way we're going to learn to grow is to let it go and say no. Come on now. Yes, it is. It truly is. So it's not the information that you don't know. It's not what you don't know that holds you back. It's what you do know that you hold on to that's not a fact. Let me slow that down for the people in the back. It's not what you don't know that holds you back. It's what you do know that you hold on to that's not a fact. And what have you been holding on to? This limiting belief that if that person is happy with me, my life is good. But I've started to notice the more that I take action, the more criticism I get. The more that I do something and stay in my own lane, the more people tell me all the time, hey man, I saw how you went live. I'm sure I'll get some criticism for this. I'll get, hey man, you don't even know how to run the live stream. You don't know how to do this yet. You don't know how to do that yet. Well, I'm here to break it down to y'all. I'm here to break it down to y'all. Let me tell you one thing really fast. I'll give you a little bonus lesson here. A little bonus lesson. A, B, C's of success. And I'm going to make a video on this soon, but here, just understand something, right? So many people think it's clarity brings action. That's what people think, right? And it's people that are not even doing it. Man, I have never had somebody hate on me that's doing better than me, Greg. Bro, I have never had anybody hate on me that's doing better than me. I've only had the people that are waiting instead of creating. The only people that ever hate on me were the ones that were waiting, not the ones that were creating. Come on now. So the ABCs of success. Clarity brings action. That's what everybody thinks, right? I got to make sure I get everything clear. Even in the Bible, it says, make it plain, right? Make it plain. Write it down, make it plain. But that doesn't mean clear. There's many times in the Bible where God was like, hey, listen, you need to leave here, and then I'm going to show you there. He doesn't show you there until you leave here, right? So it starts with the decision. Come on now. Come on. I appreciate you being on, man. Appreciate everybody on here. Man, we got 18, 19 comments. We got people going through here. Come on now. Y'all gonna make me, man, let's go, man. This is great. So ABCs of success. Clarity brings action. No, it doesn't. Matter of fact, here, I need y'all to see this. No, it doesn't. You know what? It's Christmas time. So no, it doesn't. Let me get a few lines in there. You know what the ABCs of success are? Is action brings, what does it bring, y'all? Clarity. So this is Chesco's ABCs of success. Nobody has ever said this before that I've ever seen in my life. I usually will, if I quote somebody else, I always say, hey, I didn't make this up, but I helped make it famous. But when it comes to the ABCs of success, it's not clarity brings action. It's action brings clarity. Come on now. Action brings clarity. So when you think about the beginning of anything that you do, think about the beginning when you went to kindergarten. What did they teach you? Preschool. What did they teach you? Hopefully at home they taught you a little bit of this. But the ABCs of success is what you learn in the beginning of becoming an entrepreneur. Is what you learn when you become to do absolutely anything. This is who you're becoming. You only become by actually saying, this is what I'm going to do. I don't have any clarity, but I'm going to take action. So I'm going to take ownership. I'm going to take action. I'm going to take off. Be, do, have. Take ownership, take action, and take off. It's not the CBAs of success. It's the ABCs of success. All right. So let's get back to it. So what we were talking about before, right, was basically these people here, right, is that it's not that you need something else or something new to get you through what you're trying to do. Man, we got some. It's like the bartender out here today. So it's what you need to let go in order to grow, right? Right. So let me continue to keep expanding on this. So I just learned something actually this week. It was really good, right? Really, 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 really good. Can I share it with y'all? What I learned this past week is really good. Really, really good. Where's my note here? Yeah. Man, I got two more things to talk about. Man, we're gonna be on here for a little bit, maybe. You know what? It's fine because I want to add value. We're gonna run out of time before we run out of value. I can promise you that. So the first thing is that I want you to, you know what? Let me explain it a little bit differently than I planned. You know what? Hey, man, the ADHD just hit me, but I think it's gonna be beneficial. So let's just do this, right? So let's create something here, right? And we'll create this here. And this is all right. So what is that, Chesco? I see. I'm gonna have to probably explain everything that I draw. I'm probably gonna have to explain everything that I draw, right? This is a refrigerator, and please make sure that I spelled that right. Refrigerator. Okay. The problem with us is not that we need more; we need less. Man, man. Okay, I'm not even gonna go there. We need less. So a refrigerator. Anybody got a refrigerator? Everybody knows what a refrigerator is, right? A fridge. Everybody got a refrigerator, right? Why do I even have to ask that? I mean, some people don't. Yeah, I bet some people don't. I mean, there's people in other countries that don't have a fridge, and we're worldwide, so you never know. So, but a refrigerator, right? What the reason why? Come on now, I see you, Adam. Let's go, bro. Appreciate you being on here. Yeah, we're going up. We're going up. Man, say ABCs. Hey, we're taking it back to the basics. The ABCs. Come on now. Oh, that's cool. You could actually edit that while I'm on here. That's really cool. I like that. The ABCs. All right, let's get back to the value here. I know we've been on here for a little while. Let's get back to the value. So the refrigerator. The refrigerator is like our mind. And I've had a couple of clients recently, actually, that they've been talking about wanting to make more money in their business and so forth. And so that's cool and all, but more money doesn't solve your money problems. It's your mindset around money that solves it, right? And anything in life, it's not more of what we're already doing that's going to solve the problem. You don't automatically start seeing things to work by doing more of what's not working. Can I hit you with that as a side note? I won't charge you for that. You don't actually start to see things working in your life by doing more of what's not working in your life. I tried that in a marriage that failed. I did more of what the person didn't like, thinking that they were going to start to like me more. But God had better plans for me. I definitely don't regret that. That was a lesson and a blessing. But what we'll focus on back here is this refrigerator, right? And I want to ask you guys a question. Do you constantly come on with the bars, bro? I'm telling you. Do we constantly ask ourselves things like, how come we don't have the life that we desire? Right? Do we have the life that we desire? The reason why a lot of us don't have the life that we desire, or we're not moving up that mountain like that last illustration, is because we're holding on to things that are expired. The reason why our life isn't exactly looking like what we desired is because we're holding on to things that are expired. It's time to clean it out. So look at this thing. To me, that's a brain. Like I told you, I got to explain that it's a brain, right? So we'll just call this a brain. That's what we'll call it, right? A brain. So we have to clean out the fridge just like we need to clean out our brain. Man, this is good. This is really good. Y'all getting some value from this? Man, this is good. So we need to clean it out. Man. Man, this is good. So beliefs, right? What are the beliefs that we have right now that are serving us, and what are the beliefs that we have right now that don't deserve us? Now, that's a pretty blanket, broad statement, right? What are the beliefs that we have that serve us and the ones that don't deserve us, right? Well, the ones that serve us are the ones that are actually truth. Are the ones that are actually truth. Like, if I let go of something, I become lighter. Would that be a truth? Like the people that were going up the mountain in the illustration that I drew that had things in their backpack, right? If they let go of the things in their backpack, was it easier to climb up the mountain? So maybe if we cleaned out our fridge from the things that are expired, we'd have room for things that are set our life on fire. That will give us the life that we desire. We'll make room for what's new. You, man, let's go. God can't fill up your life if your life is already full. Sometimes you got to lose you in order for God to use you. So what I'm trying to tell you is this, right? When you look at your life, your brain is like the refrigerator. It's all the things that are in your mind that need to be rewired, that are expired, that when you let them go, you'll finally start seeing the life that you desire. So every time you open up that fridge, look in there and say, I got to clean this thing out. And use that as a way of saying, you know what? I got to clean my mind out too. What is it that I keep telling myself right now that's not true? What lie am I buying that's not true right now? When's the mixtape dropping? He said, I got to plug my computer in. When's the mixtape dropping? Come on now. We might have to have the personal development, the Perspective Pause EP. But let me get back to the value, right? So appreciate you, man. Let me get back to this, right? It's like when we really focus on, because I want to make sure that somebody can come back to this when they realize that it's not more information in their brain that's going to change everything. It's the things that they got to let go. And if there's anything that you can remember from this video is that it's not what we don't know that holds us back. It's what we do know that we hold on to that's not a fact. Same with the refrigerator. If something is expired, then you probably need to let it go. You're not going to eat it. And if you did, what would happen? You get sick. So in our brain, we have things that are inside of it that we're thinking about, that we're actually creating, because we don't need a new life. We need a new lens. We don't need to, we don't need to change anything. We just need to change the way we look at things. And the only way that we could do that is being able to let go and make room. We have to make room. We have to make room. Make room. So, yes. Hopefully that's helping. What's another analogy I can give you? What's another? One more. Let's do one more. Let's do one more here. We'll do one more. So we got, let's see here. Oh man, this is going to be tough. Let's just do this. Let's just make this simple, right? Actually, you know what? Hold on. I'm thinking as I'm going. All right. All right, cool. This is Michelangelo. And this is an idea. Expired milk, stinking up the environment. Come on now, I'm saying, bro. Like, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he said expired milk, stinking up the environment. Yeah, you drink something expired. You tell me how it's gonna help you. He said, sometimes I have to lose me for God to use me. Amen. Amen. Make a circle, hold it in place. It will make a perfect circle. Oh, you give me tips on how to draw now, my man. So I appreciate you. So we're going to close with this, right? We're going to end with this. So Michelangelo, he had an idea in his mind to create something. And he literally leveled up his life numerous times by all the different things that he did with the paintings and the sculptures and the statues. And every time he did it, he literally 10x'd what he did. So if you want to 10x your life, this is going to be exactly what you need to do. Follow what somebody else has done that's 10x their life. Michelangelo, what did he do? He said, I have an idea in my mind. God gave me a vision. God gave me a vision. But when he opened his eyes, he was like, man, this is difficult because I can't create by adding to something here. So I actually have to let go. So let me close my eyes and get back to my vision. Because sometimes we don't do things in the way that we see in our mind, because when we open our eyes, it doesn't look like it can be done. But God gives us a vision to walk by faith, not by sight. And so I want to tell you something. Do not let the vision that God provides get destroyed when you open your eyes. Michelangelo said, in order for me to 10x my next creation using my imagination, I have to not paint something, not put something together, but in order for me to make the greatest statue and sculpture that I can make, and he did some wild things to do his research, per se. You can look it up. But when he was able to actually have the vision clear in his mind, he created what he created. And people asked him, they said, how are you able to create something so significant and incredible? How are you able to create something we've never seen before? How are you able to do something that was so incredible and so phenomenal that nobody has ever done before? It's because everybody's doing the same thing and then trying to stick out by doing the same thing. Everybody's following a trend and trying to stand out while simultaneously doing the same trend. And the reason why this is the success principle that nobody talks about is because people don't benefit themselves off of telling you that you don't need them. You don't need anything else. It's not what you need now. It's what you need to let go. So what did Michelangelo do? He said, I'm going to remove everything that's not David. He didn't add more rock. He didn't add more books and courses. He didn't add more stone. He didn't add more mentors and information. He eliminated everything that wasn't him. So let me ask you guys a question. Let me ask you a real question right now. Let me get back to this here. Let me ask you, please make sure you like, subscribe to the channel, right? And set your notifications too. I don't know why that keeps doing that. This is so crazy. but I guess we'll just have to come back here. That's fine. What I want to say is that, let me ask you this question. Are you saying yes to things that are not for you? Are you holding on to things that are expired? Are you stuffing more information in your backpack, wondering why you're still looking at the mountain and everybody else is climbing the mountain and getting to the top? Instead of looking at what other people have, look what they've done. Look what they've done. Look at what they've done. And the problem in this society right now is we think that we need more, but we actually need less. Do you think this statue would have came out as great if he would have added more rock to it? Do you think that the people that were trying to climb up the mountain would have been able to climb faster if they had more bricks in their backpack? More of other people's problems in their backpack? Do you think that I would have been more successful at work if I left my job every time somebody ran out of gas and called me to go help them? No, absolutely not. So what in your life are you doing right now or saying yes to that has nothing to do with your mission? What do you have to remove today? Who do you have to remove today? Easy to say, right? Easier said than done, Chesco. Well, when's the last time you actually picked up a pen and a pad and wrote it down? When's the last time you actually remembered that going through the pain of doing something like this actually gave you see, the problem is sometimes, like I said before, God has to remove things out of your life in order for there to be some room. I'm sure everybody right now in the past year can reflect on a time that something was changed in their life, something was removed out of their life, and most of the time it shows up as the big C word. And it's not Chesco, it's certainty. It's certainty. The reason why, the reason why we struggle with faith of letting go of things is because when we let go of something, we're in a place of unknown. And a lot of people say faith over fear. A lot of people say faith over fear. I don't like that. I think to make it really clear, it's not faith over fear. It's faith over certainty. This is what holds you back. You believe more information is going to give you certainty. You believe more information is going to give you clarity. But how do you get clarity? We talked about it earlier. Let me remember my ABCs. Man, we're going to make another video on that and break that down a little bit deeper. But remember your ABCs. Action brings clarity. Not certainty, clarity. So faith is truly just understanding that. I mean, go back into I think David Goggins said something about cookie jar. I don't know if you guys ever read David Goggins' book, Can't Hurt Me, I think it was. But he talks about the cookie jar. And he talks about all the things that he got through in his life that he may not have thought that he was going to get through, and what good in his life happened as a result of it. We're all going through a tough time right now, but if we focus on the toughness of it, instead of focusing on what we want our life to look like, we're going to be stuck. And the reason why we can't get to less is more, the reason why we can't let go to grow is because we're so focused on now. We're so focused on the pain of the current situation. We're so focused on, the level of trying to get some certainty and trying to get back to comfort as fast as possible that we lose the fact of understanding that we're going somewhere. We're still going somewhere. Like, we're in the process of moving towards something or somewhere, wherever that we're trying to achieve. So if we get so caught up in the now, there's not going to be a next. But if we focus on the next, we'll start not worrying about the now. So as you start to eliminate things in your life, as you start to let go of things in your life, as you start to learn that less is more, you will endure some things that just aren't sure. It's not certain. But that's where God's going to meet you the most. God's going to allow you to make a decision that's going to make you uncomfortable, that's going to bring you closer to him. And when you get closer to him, you start realizing that you had to lose you in order for God to use you. I would love to hear in the comment section after this gets published, what are some of the things that you need to let go? I believe that transparency is somebody else's therapy. I believe that if we can all be open about the things that we're going through, then we can see that we're not alone. But I do know that we got to clean out the fridge. We got to let go of other people's problems. And we got to remember our ABCs, y'all. Hopefully this video added some value for you today. I'm sure that David, if he had any choice, he wouldn't have wanted to remove all the things that weren't him, because I'm sure that was a painful process. You think about the trees, right? I think about the trees. And I think about trees when the roots are growing underground. And what if you were to ask a tree how comfortable that probably felt as they were growing? What would a tree say if it could actually talk? Imagine that. But they don't. They just keep growing and they keep going. So be like a tree. Just keep going and keep growing. Don't talk about the pain. Don't talk about the problems. Don't talk about the process. Take your focus on where you want your life to look like and just live there. Because God's probably going to bless it, and it's going to be more incredible than you ever could have imagined if you just continue to trust him. So all I ask from you is like this video, comment on this video, share this video if it added any value. And I'm going to see you next week. But remember that while most people come to YouTube to press play, today, y'all came to pause, to take a moment to think, to take a moment to look at things differently, to take a moment with some self-reflection. Because momentum means nothing if you're going in the wrong direction. It's all about learning how to not react and how to reframe. Hopefully you did some reframing today. Hopefully you got a new lens to look at life through. And I pray that your day is full of joy. Until next time, my name is Francesco Franzese. Some people call me Chesco. Some people call me Let's Go Chesco. I'm just a courageous, enthusiastic man of God that takes intentional action with the gifts that I was given. And I'll see you next week on the Perspective Pause. God bless y'all. Peace.